Cool.
Mints? Fucking mint. Yeah, thanks. Episode 8. It's episode 8 of the deep shit with guilty fat.
Guilty pleasure. And this is Fuck You, Bryan. Fuck you, Bryan. And also, this is brought to you by Go Fuck Yourself, brought to you by Fuck You, Bryan.
And this is JT.
Hi.
J fucking T.
J fucking T.
That's my name. How you guys doing?
Yeah, JT is actually one of the lead characters in our movie, Kindness for Weakness. He plays Bill.
Mm-hmm. Currently in production.
Yeah. So hopefully we don't look back on this and sob. That would really suck.
Yeah.
Alright, Bryan, are you going to start us off today?
No, because JT already had a question in mind.
You want to start with JT?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
JT can get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'll start the question. So basically, we're all trying to be filmmakers and entertainers, actors, writers,
Mm-hmm.
as some of us have already been successful in those fields.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you guys want to pursue this?
For me personally, there's 2 or 3 different factors. One of them is definitely Mike, because I did hang out with Mike a lot growing up, and also within the last 2 years. And as you can see from being in his apartment, he's all about movies and video games, and he's made his own films and shit. So
Yes.
if that's shit that he talked about all the time, it was an influence on me to also do.
Mm.
So I started that way, and then also when I went to Wayne, now I'm still going to Wayne State. I'm about to be a junior. When I was looking for a major, I couldn't really find anything that I was like really interested in, like anything that I'd really want to study. So I just decided to pick film because I like watching movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm also, I enjoy making films and whatnot. So it's
That's
cool.
good.
What about you, Mike?
Well, what made me want to pursue it was it all started with a bunch of friends, and we're like, hey, let's go make a film. You know, and we all love the idea of making a film and seeing the prospect of where it could go. And then we were going to make a horror film, but we ended up making The Roommates. And then we made it into pretty much a trilogy of movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's more started off as therapy for me, making these films after going through a horrible roommate experience. But I thought there were stories to tell. And back when I was in school, I always loved to tell stories. And like we got to write like short stories in class and everything. Like the kids really loved it. And even in this creative writing class, I wrote like this really big long. We had to write a short story that only had to be like 4 pages. Mine was 50, and I wrote 50 pages. It was based on a dream that I had. It was an awesome fucking dream. So like I wrote this script, like wasn't a script. No, it was a short story
Right.
around it. It was called Flashbacks: Return of the Holocaust. And it was
Jesus.
And it was this kid who found out that his friends were kidnapped by Nazis that live in this neighborhood. And I thought that was really awesome. Like, it was like hiding from them with this Nazi soldiers coming out. I know it can't happen in real life, but in this dream, it was fucking awesome. I woke up, I was thinking to myself, man, that was an awesome dream. So I ended up writing a book about it. My teacher loved it. She gave me an A+, but then she gave me like a, whatever the hell was beyond A+. She gave that to me too, because I was only going to read half of it to the class. Because we had to read it to the class and everything.
Yeah, she's like, fuck it, you got 50 pages, just A.
Yeah. And we had to went to class and everything, so I was reading like the first 25 pages of it. She's like, no, you got to read the whole thing. The last half is awesome. Because I had this big action scene on a train.
Oh, so she
at
read
the
them all
end.
first?
Yeah, she loved the story. Because I wrote this big action scene on a train. And like, it was really awesome. But like, I thought it was too long. I thought I might bore the class. But no, the class loved it too. And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. You know, so I started writing scripts in school too. I started getting into writing scripts. I wrote a script when I was a little kid called Fire Spirits. It's really dumb, but it was about these, like, me and my friends came up with nicknames for each other. My nickname was Cicada, my friend was Termite, because we had like a bug report in class. We didn't know each other's names at the time, so we called each other by our bug names on the report. So it was like, I was Cicada and he was Termite. So that's what our names were in this movie. And then Stephen Bach, we called him Bach Boy. Somebody was named Brad, and Viper was somebody. But anyway, I still remember that shit. But then it was about these kids that like they know like karate or ninjutsu. They never show them being trained because I didn't want to be like 3 ninjas. But like, So like what happens is they're like this dad's a cop and like there's this samurai that's trying to revive like there's this Joe Louis arena, that boxer thing of Joe Louis, that statue. He like revives that and Joe Louis is like this statue boxer fighting him and stuff. I thought that was like really cool. For some reason there was tanks in the sewer and stuff like that. It was just stuff that I wrote in the script and me and my friends were gonna film it, but we didn't have a video camera at the time. I would love to see it now if I really tried to film this thing. But anyway, so I wrote some scripts in class, and I wrote this one about these teachers. If Mr. Smith and Mr. Carter were police officers, Mr. Carter was this gym teacher that got drunk all the time, and Mr. Smith looked like Richard Simmons. He had like this big poofy hair, and he talks like this. Class will give roll call, that type of deal. So I just made fun of them on this script, but everyone loved it. Like, they were passing it around, and people were like, man, I love that script. It was great. They really loved it. So I wrote a sequel to it, but this time they're trying to go on a date with Miss Pennington. There's this bitch of a teacher. She always pissed me off. So, like, she's on a date with them. Well, that script got caught. And, like, Mr. Smith was the one who caught that script. And then I got suspended from school from it. Like, I remember I was sitting in the principal's office. I admitted it. My mom thought it was stupid that they were like suspending someone over a stupid script. But then I guess some people said they were hurt by it or something like that. So they were going to they extended my suspension. They were going to expel me, but my grades were too good, and plus I was about to graduate. So like, well, we don't want to like just expel you before you have to graduate. I'm like, man, it's just a script. And then this was the first time that my mom met my
How old were you?
I was a senior in high school.
Oh,
I was like
okay.
18, 19. And this is the first time like mom saw dad since they got divorced. It's like been years. And this is the first time they see each other after years.
Wow.
Me being in trouble for a script that I wrote in school. So like and I had swearing, I guess, throughout the entire thing. But anyway, so yeah. And then, like, I wrote some scripts about these roommates and stuff like that, and they all loved it. I went through so many, like, different versions of it. And then we made these roommate films, but, like, there was... Right now, there was, like, problems with the films when we were making it that I couldn't get them to, like, a distribution for it. I could barely get them on YouTube. But, like, they put copywritten music on the first one, and it totally ruined it. I mean... We were kind of learning with the first movie. You'll see we were kind of learning with it. There are mistakes on it. But it's still better than, well, Jing Dabish movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, still better than that. Even my worst one,
Wow.
Roommate's Holiday Special, was
I
better.
want to see that too.
Roommate's Holiday
Yeah,
Special?
because you guys said how bad it was, so now I want to see it.
I like that's one I pretend not to exist. But this time, I really think that we'll not make the same mistakes this time. We're going to have our own kind of music this time. I'm going to not have any copy, even though it's tempting, no copywritten music. We want this to go somewhere. So, let's not make the same mistakes I made the last time. Let's make a film that goes by the rules.
Yeah. For me, what got me interested in being an entertainer or writer or whatever is when I was growing up, I would have like just problems or things like that a kid has,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to, when I get upset, I would turn to watching sports or watching a TV show or a movie or listening to music or if I was feeling smart that day, reading a book, for God's sakes, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
So it was always an escape from me, and I knew that like my problems weren't going away. I knew that I still had to find ways to persevere and take care of my issues, but at the same time, it allowed me to just live my life and be a kid for like a half an hour, just watching Dragon Ball Z or like SpongeBob or something like that, or and then as I got older, I learned to appreciate the work that people were doing and everything that took into making even a simple, what I thought would be a simple show, like a kid's show. There's still a lot of shit that's involved in doing that, and
Absolutely.
And I know it's like, it might sound cheesy, but I love to put like a smile on people's faces. So I love to make people laugh. When I can hear someone laughing off something I said, it honestly does make me happy a lot. And I just like to. I almost feel like it's my job to entertain people, basically. Just let people escape from reality and just focus on this one song on this one movie, on this one
Mm-hmm.
episode, whatever.
Yeah.
Before they have to go back and deal with their lives.
Yeah, I feel you. I agree with that. Good shit.
It's good shit.
Mike, do you have a question?
What celebrity you think of right now that if it's announced that this celebrity died, it will really hit you hard?
Ooh.
Mine would be either, you name more than one. Mine would be
Okay,
even
okay.
Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford. I get well-eyed just by thinking about, oh man, I don't want to think about them dying. 'Cause people say, oh, Harrison Ford's not looking too good. Oh man, I don't even want to think about that. Oh, it hit me hard. When Harrison Ford, when it's in that plane crash, I was actually legitimately like freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, oh no, not my hero, Harrison Ford, don't die. I want you to live long. I don't want to hear you died. But
Adam Sandler is the one guy that comes to mind. Just
Really?
because when he dies, you'll know like a lot of time has passed in life.
I guess. I get you.
Because I remember him just being so young. Because that's what I watched Big Daddy when I was really young, and he was such a
Yeah.
young guy.
Mhm.
And to find out that he would be dead, I'd be like, oh.
For me, well, one of them just right off the bat is Amy Adams because
oh, I love Amy Adams.
I'm in love with Amy Adams. when I found out she got married, I was heartbroken.
Oh,
But I guess David Fincher, just because he's honestly been the most influential and my favorite director.
Mm-hmm.
So if he passed away, I'd be like, wow, that kind of sucks for me, you know.
Yeah.
Bryan.
You can't really answer this.
That's good.
At 20
It's good
years
for the
old,
show.
Mike, at 20 years old, Mike, what was the dream career that you wanted to have?
At 20?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I gotta go back here. So when I was a little kid, I wanted to be an astronaut.
You wanted to be an astronaut, became an asshole. What can I say?
I always wanted to be an author, honestly.
An author?
That's all I wanted to be.
That's cool.
Yeah. Into writing, that's all I really wanted to be. It's just writing stuff and creating stuff.
Yeah, I honestly just want to be an actor and a writer and
Mm-hmm. I agree. I concur.
filmmaker.
I've wanted to be all that. I also want to add on to earlier. I realized, and one thing about film, all the aspects of it combines all of the things that I like to do. In all of my hobbies, I like acting. I like the concept of comedy. I like writing stuff. I like editing stuff. I like Photoshop. I like watching it. All that stuff. It all factors into film. So it's a good career for me where it combines things I like to do. Eat that ass. Eat that sweet ass, baby.
If you were a bird, who would you shit on?
Oh man,
Oh, man.
it's tough. If I was a bird, I would. Man, me and birds would go way back because we used to beef like hard. We used to be at war.
Yeah.
Birds used to shit on my family.
Oh,
They
really?
tried shitting on me. They missed. Motherfuckers, you missed.
Well, these birds are hanging
God.
out.
If I was a
Damn
bird,
cunts.
I'd probably shit on other birds' nests.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like fuck your babies. Shit. That's what you get. You're gonna shit on my family, I'll shit on yours. That's what I do.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'll definitely shit on you, Bryan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that puts things in perspective a lot.
My next question is, what do you guys think is the biggest failure you've had in your life so far?
Biggest failure.
Well, I have a couple. Because I failed a lot in my life, I guess.
Hmm.
But one of them was I was at a point where I was very, very depressed,
Hmm.
and just doing stuff that I didn't like. That looking back on it, like I would steal and I would just treat people wrong, and I just didn't like kind of getting into bad stuff, and I just didn't like the kind of person I was becoming. But luckily, I was able to just kind of force my way out of that with some help of some awesome people.
Hmm.
They know who they are, and now I'm not like that at all. And like it almost makes me want to cry when I think about the kind of person that I was, and like thinking about the thoughts that I would think when I was that dark.
Hmm.
Because I just can't believe I'm that human being anymore.
Hmm.
But on a much lighter note, when I was a kid, every year my aunt would have a big ass barbecue before school, like on Labor Day, is it?
Hmm.
And and she would always have this water balloon throwing contest. You'd have to play catch with a water balloon, and if your balloon popped, you'd lose. And I never won that. I've always wanted to win that, so that's like a lighter failure.
I always regret when I was younger. I didn't really know this at the time, but like I was skinnier and I was a lot better looking than I am now. But a lot of girls would ask me out, and like I never had to make any kind of effort. Any girl that I liked, she would just come and ask me out, and I would get scared and not go out with her. Like I get afraid of stuff. Like I make excuses to myself. I guess I was just afraid of breakups or something. I think. And it's been like that since I was like a little kid. Like this girl Sharon Hines. She like asked me out, and like she said, "Do you want to go with me?" And I'm like, "What the hell does that mean?" She's like, "Go out with me, like boyfriend and girlfriend." Like and she used to bother me like all the time. And then like she actually kissed me too in like front of her friends and stuff.
Wow.
And then and like everyone's there to kiss her because her brother would come over too. And then like they kiss her, Mike, and kiss her, and they forced me to kiss her and stuff like that. And we used to wrestle and everything, and she would try to keep me like in this tight grip. So she would have sex with me or whatever, but I was like fucking 11. So like I'm scared, like I don't even think I knew how to stick a dick into a woman either. I think I was like thinking you had to rub your dick on her pussy or something. I didn't think it would actually go in. I can only imagine my young self actually experiencing, oh my god, it actually goes in? I was just that naive. I didn't even know what a 69 was when I was in this, until like senior high school. Someone put 69 on a chalkboard. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? My own mother told me what 69 was.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh, that's wonderful. Now I learned it from my mom. I didn't know what the hell it was. They come up with this new shit, and I don't even know what the hell they are. But like, probably the biggest failure though, that I think with my cowardliness of not going out with people, was like there was this girl, Dina Buchanan, that was in the school that I haven't really told the story to Bryan yet. He asked me one time, I never got a chance to tell him. But like she's like a brown girl. She's kind of like the boyish type where she bullies kids in school. She's known for having extremely big chest. Her boobs are huge. There's no way that you can't get your eyes off of it because it's just right there,
Okay.
But she used to bully like a lot of the kids in the school. When I was in elementary school, she used to call me a nerd, and she used to pick on me too. And I used to be like avoid her and stuff like that because she would be like really mean and stuff. But then little did I know that she had the hots for me. Because then by the elementary, like when I get to middle school, it should be increasingly obvious to me because like she went to band class with me. She was there that long, but she used to watch me when I was in gym class and shit. And I did some awesome shit right in front of her because we were like, had dodgeball one time. And I remember this clear as day. I was the only, because in dodgeball, you throw the ball and you hit everyone.
Yeah.
I used to go up against Mike Woodruff, and he was fucking like, he would sail that ball all the way across the room. Like it was a thunderball is what it was. And when it hits you, it hurt bad. And like, I was going up against him, but I was able to get him out. And then, like, I was like, oh, great. But there's still a lot of kids over there and just me on that side. And my team was sitting on the side over there. But you had to make a basket. And if you but if they catch it, you're out. Yep. But you got to make a basket to get everyone back in.
And you made that basket?
Yep, I made that basket. Yeah. I was the only one there. I was like, man, what an awesome fucking Disney experience. And she was watching me. And I was like, wow, that was awesome. So like, but her and her friend had the hots for me. Her friend was named Lisa Klingon, and she used to grab my dick in class.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't her name.
Yes, Lisa Klingon, that's her name. And like, she used to grab my dick in class and stuff like that. Like, she was talking about, I want to have sex with you, she'll whisper it to me.
Christ,
and my friend's sitting next to me, and she would move her desk right next to me.
And you were nervous?
Yeah, and every time she would grab my crotch, it felt weird. And then she would even unzip my fly and put her hand under there.
What were you
oh no, that was guaranteed sex. It was guaranteed that she would be a fucking freak.
Good
and I didn't take it. I was always home alone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Done. You're done talking. No, you're done. You can't. What next question? No, we can't. Like,
I haven't even got to the beanie part yet.
Oh my god!
Back when I was a kid, I'm not like that now.
She basically put my penis in her vagina, but I was like, nah. What? Like, come on, that's this guy.
Dude, I was like 12.
I've never had these conversations, and I never go this way. But how do you feel politically about what's going on in America?
No comment.
I feel that we're pretty much fucked. I am glad that I'm almost dead because it's just going to get worse from here on out. I mean, I don't know much about politics, to tell you the truth. I just know what's going on now and some of the stuff that I know. Like Snyder, the fact that Snyder doesn't give a shit about what the Michigan people think.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what.
That film thing still pisses me off when he texts people who wanted to film here.
Yeah.
That still makes me mad.
Yeah, because we could have had Breaking Bad filmed here.
Dude,
instead.
there was a lot of shit that was starting to get filmed, and then he's like, "Oh, time to pay up," and they're like, "Fuck it, we just won't film here anymore." Then.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And then Snyder doesn't want to legalize marijuana, even though the people voted for it, and that gas price tax that he had, where like people voted no on it, but he passed it anyway to fix the roads, which are not even fixed. So politically, I think we're fucked because the government themselves don't even give a shit about us. The only thing that they care about is money. They get paid lots of money to be there. Well, like $174,000 a year or some shit like that. Why would they need that much money? And then they complain about like, you know, oh, we got to take money out of your pensions and stuff like that, you know. It's like, why are you taxing? They're like taxing people's Social Security, and that's the money that they put, their own money they put into the pot, and they're gonna tax their own money that they're saving. You know, it's like me going into your savings account, be like, well, this is mine, I just taxed it. Can't say anything about it because I'm the government. I just taxed it, so it's law now. You can't say anything about it. Ha! You know, that's how the government's mentality is. And we're so pussy now that we can't even stand up against it. The only time we ever stand up against the government, and they're still trying it to this day, is to control the internet. They passed the SOPA bill, which is supposed to be the government having total control of the internet. Yeah. So any kind of channels you go on, they're all monitored by the government.
Yeah, that's like some Chinese shit right there.
Yeah, like it's everything. The only way you have a YouTube channel, if you went through the government, you have to go through the application process. You know, that type of deal.
This one wouldn't be here anymore, then.
Yeah. And, you know, that's what the government wanted. That's the only time that people fought and said no. So they tried to pass another bill, but with a different name and some little modifications to it. And people still said no and still stood up to the government because the government wants to take over. But they won't stand up to them for anything else, you know, and we're just more fucked. And they're going to...
Yeah, but does that speak on the government or does that speak on the people?
Both. The people can actually have a say against it.
That's what I believe.
But the people are too scared, I guess, to go up. Especially
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I mean, they could easily just protest and say no. I don't know how the governor could just say no to what the people voted for and just have it up, and we're just supposed to sit there and be like, oh, well, the government just passed it. I know I'm at fault on this, but shit, I can't go through it alone, you know? Well, everyone else is good. I don't know how to start a protest, but somebody does.
Something that I don't like about voting is that it always comes down to the Republican candidate and the Democratic candidate. And what I don't like is anytime it comes to that, people just vote for either of those two. And people don't realize that they can vote really for whoever they want to vote for. And every single time I say that to somebody, because I'll be honest, they're bad at educating this too, because I didn't even know about that until I was like 17, 16, something like that. But anyway, the common response that I get whenever I tell somebody, you know, you can vote for whoever you want. You don't just have to vote for Clinton. You don't just have to vote for Trump. Mm-hmm. You know, is they always say, well, but nobody else is going to win. So to me, you're telling me if you're going to vote, you don't want to vote, but you're going to vote because you want to be on the winning side. Like, there's a chance that your side's going to win, so you can just say, yeah, I voted for the winner. It's like, you need to be the change that you want to see. And yeah, maybe you're right. You know, you're going to vote for whoever you want to vote for, and it's going to be a write-in even, and they're not going to get in. But what if, like, the next 4 years, in the next election, you told somebody about that, and then they start doing it. And then that word spreads, and they start doing it. And then, like, who knows, 20, 25, 24 years later, you know, people actually vote that way. Like, they just vote for whoever they want. They have a sense of, yeah, we have power, we have say. Mm-hmm. I just hate when they say, oh, well, it's not like any of those is going to win, so what's the point? What's the point? It's your fucking goddamn right, it's the point. Like, countries aren't like this everywhere else in the world. Where they're giving us, who do you want? Like, you tell me, who do you want? Countries aren't like that, so what do you mean, what's the fucking point? It just makes me so irritated. That we have power, and they make us, it's not even that they make us seem like we don't. We just don't believe that we do. Which is silly to me.
I don't think a lot of people even consider it.
Well, here's a question for you. Oh, I can even ask them all day if you want to, but here's one. Um, what do you think the purpose of all life is? Like, why do you think that there's
Are you
actually...
getting Monty Python in me, are you?
No.
The meaning of life?
No, not getting Monty Python. But no, like, why we need life on a planet, you know? Why would we need, like, living, walking things on the planet in the first place? You
And
know?
to remind you, we also have to do the question we ask everybody.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, you can ask that one, Brian. What do you think the purpose of life is, J fucking T?
The purpose to life. You know, that's honestly personally something that I've struggled with, and I still struggle with to this day.
Mhm.
Because, like I mentioned earlier, to me, I do think my purpose in life is to just entertain people.
Mhm.
Which, if you really want to think about it, could be kind of sad, because that's almost like saying there's more important people who are doing more important things, but your job is to just entertain those people so they don't go mad.
Mhm.
That's how I think about
Mhm.
it. But, I don't know, man. I just think the purpose of life is to is to live. I mean, that's why you are alive. You are alive to live, and when you're dead, you are dead. That's how I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's what the whole question of what is the purpose of life, I feel like that's just a human-made question.
Mm-hmm.
Because your purpose for living is to stay alive.
Yeah, I feel you.
As a living organism.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'll
odd to me.
I'll add to that. Since I've turned 20, I find myself thinking more and more about that kind of thing. And I really hate it. Like, it's an awful thing to truly think about. And I don't, like, it doesn't make me happy to think about. So, like, you know, I don't know, we don't have to consistently talk about it, but like, just the concept, like, the fact that, you know, you're going to die at some point in the future, is that just going to be nothing after that? Or, you know, whatever. That's okay. You know.
Yeah, like, my thought is that there really is no real purpose. The purpose is just what you make of your own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whatever the creator is, you know, if it's called God, that it's God, whatever. But I really don't think that our creator would really give a shit of how we really live our lives. I think it's just all about how long you live and how long a species can last. It doesn't matter if you can build houses or anything like that. It's just part of the species. Really, nothing really even matters by the end of it, is what I think.
Yeah, but this is the way I think about it too. Is like there'd be a lot of times, like, you know, you're really sad about stuff, but then at this point when you think about dying this way, it makes me think, like, I'm really happy to be alive though, because you don't know if you're going to get to have another life just like it. And, it could just be completely over at the end of it. So if you're alive and you got a chance to actually exist.
I understand your point. I appreciate your point. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do like it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just have a lot of, like, value to it. It's important. So, like, I would hope that it'd be possible to be able to live another life after death. That's just my preference. My hope. So that it's not completely over for, whatever is inside me that's giving me the ability to think. And
that's interesting, because what I think is, I honestly think there's nothing afterwards. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's a heaven or hell. I don't think you become another life.
I agree with that, but this is what I'm hopeful for.
Right. So what I'm hopeful for is that I leave a legacy. When I die, since I believe there's nothing's going to happen after that, I am hopeful that what I've done when I was alive will make people remember me. Because my biggest fear is not being remembered when I'm dead, which is a stupid fear to have because I'll be dead already. But
Yeah, I feel you.
I just want to leave an impact somehow on this world.
Okay. Brian, did you want to ask that question?
Okay, so, you know how in Peter Pan, the way that you can fly is to think of something that makes you genuinely happy. So, what is your happy thought?
My happy thought. My happy thought, I guess, I have two. My happy thoughts would be, my nieces and my family. I have like 5 of them, and they're all, a lot of them are real like babies still, and they just, when I think about them, I can't help but get a smile on my face. I've been even teaching them everything I know and stuff like that since I was a kid. So when I think about my nieces, they make me smile. But also when I think about just making someone laugh, like hanging out with friends and make them laugh, or someone like that, or doing like a good job on the set, or I could get some chuckles and make like Mike leave the room because like he can't help but laugh. Like that stuff honestly makes me happy, knowing that I can make someone else laugh.
That's great. That's good. Good answer. You had an answer. That's better than like half the people that we've had on the show.
They don't know what makes them happy.
Yeah. No, most of the people that we've had on the show, they have a tough time answering it.
Well, I thought it was really cheesy my answer, but I can't think of anything else.
I mean, like whatever makes you happy is what makes you happy.
Yeah.
There's nothing cheesy about it.
Yeah.
But
okay, I'll have one last question. I know this video has been pretty long, but
okay.
I'll just ask one last question. I could ask them all day. My question is to you guys is that was there something in your past that if you would love to go back and change, and would your life be better than what it is now with this change?
Yes, I would definitely want to change something. I had zero confidence when I was growing up. I had no...
Hear my stories.
I had no confidence growing up, and I was very, very mean for a while. So if I could change anything, I would want to make younger JT a lot nicer to people, because like I am now. The reason why I'm nice to people is because I used to be really mean to people. I know it's wrong, so that's why I'm so nice to this day. But
you're nice. You're an asshole.
yeah, exactly. But confidence, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I know if I had confidence, my life I would have been a lot happier as a kid. I used to like not do stuff because I didn't want to look like I was being lame, or even hanging out with my family. I thought that was lame as a kid, just because like I don't know, I just was stupid. But yeah, I didn't have confidence when it came to women, especially because you said, do you think my life would be different? I don't, only because just from the background I come from, I don't think that would have changed what I had. But I think it would have definitely got me to reach the person I am now a lot faster, and I like the person I am now.
Okay. Yeah, mine's the same. I tell my younger self, dude, grow some fucking balls.
Yeah. I mean, it's all it is.
Yeah. So.
Like stuff like this, audience, like I have heart-shaped sunglasses. I don't know if you've been able to tell this whole time. But like stuff like this I do now because I think it's goofy as fuck, and I like to be goofy as fuck. But as a kid I would have been so embarrassed to wear something like that, you know what I mean? Just being myself.
Yeah.
So anybody have any more questions?
I think I'm all out.
No? Oh wow. Well, this is our special guest, J fucking T.
Featuring Guilty Pleasure.
And fuck you, Bryan.